In the 14th chapter of Matthew, starting in verse 22, we can read about Jesus walking on the water. But that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is Peter walking on the water. And this isn't a let's stand around and bash Peter session, because, a lot of that could be done, but Peter did the same thing that many of us humans would have done, just in the way that he acted. But this is not a bash session. Verse 29 of chapter 22, Jesus tells Peter, "Come," and Peter gets out of the boat, gets on the water, and starts walking towards Jesus. But in verse 30, then he sees that the wind is boisterous and the sea is rough, and he starts to sink, and he calls out to his master. To what I wanted to talk about Peter. See, Peter took his eyes off of God and he began to sink. And how true is that of Christians in the world when we take our eyes off of Jesus and we start to fall away? I can't speak for anybody else. I can speak for myself. I spent 17 years in the bottom of a bottle, and there would be periods of time where I would be doing really, really well. I'd be going to church, be talking to people, be reading my Bible every morning, sober. Life was good, everything was good. But then I would start to take my eyes off of Jesus, and maybe I was lazy and didn't get out of bed this morning, which led to me being lazy and not going to church on Wednesday night because I was tired. Maybe I didn't go to men's group, or I didn't spend that time in prayer or Bible study like I would have normally done. Started taking my eyes off of Jesus, and my focus quickly became on the things of the world. And guess what happened? Every single time I started to sink. That's what happens when we take our eyes off of Jesus. It is so important to be focused on Jesus and have him be at the forefront of our lives. There's temptations all around us. Everything around us can be a temptation. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter whether it's this phone or your television, alcohol, drugs, tobacco, sex, pornography. Anything around you can be a temptation. But when we keep our eyes focused on Jesus, then we're not going to sink. Stay focused on Jesus and watch what happens in your life. Take your eyes off of Jesus and you're going to start to fall down. I've seen it several times, and not only in my life, but in many other people's lives as well. Stay focused on Jesus and see what happens. Watch how well you stay afloat. God bless.